Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my March TBR. I haven't been doing a ton of TBRs. I shouldn't say TBR, I should say like March possibilities. I haven't been doing these videos in 2022 just because I'm trying to mood read a little bit more, but there is so much going on in March that I need to put all of the books that I want to read in one spot so that I know what to pull from. Between like Middle Grade March and March Mystery Madness, which are the two readathons that I'm trying to participate in March, and then like book club books and other books that I want to read. It's crazy. And I just realized that two of the things that I have going on throughout the year, the Read Your Shelf Challenge and my list of books for 2022, I didn't pull either of those. I don't know what I'm going to read for those yet. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, scratch that. I do have an idea of what I'm reading. I just have to grab them. But anyways, there's a lot going on in March is what's going on, what I'm getting at. And so I wanted to put a video together to kind of show you what I will be pulling from this month. So first up, I think I'm going to talk about March mystery. No, first up, I'm going to talk about my book club books. So I'm in two in-person book clubs. I run one sort of. Technically, I'm the host of this book club, and we go to various vineyards and wineries throughout the state and chit chat and talk about books. And for that, this month in March, we are reading 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I don't have a copy yet. I don't know if I want to buy it or get it from my library, but it will be here. This is about two authors who it's like a romance. One of them's like an erotica author, and I don't know what the other one writes, but they meet at a literary event, and I think it's like a romance type thing, I believe. I know very little about it. But that's what we're reading in March. Then for my work book club, oh my gosh, this book's at the bottom of this massive stack. For my work book club, we are reading This Tender Land by William Kent Krueger. I've heard nothing but good things about this. It is somewhat large at 438 pages, but I mean, it kind of worked out that I already owned this. So yeah, I might try and see if I can get this on audio. I might try and do that. But yeah, so many people have talked about this book. It's set in the summer of 1932. The description of it kind of gives me the adventures of Huckleberry Finn type vibes. In the summer of 1932, on the banks of Minnesota's Gilead River, the Lincoln Indian Training School is a pitiless place where Native American children, forcibly separated from their parents, are sent to be educated. And a couple of these boys, one of them commits a crime, or a couple of them commit a crime, and they flee this school. Yeah, so I've heard nothing but great things about this, so I'm hoping this is a good one. Then let me see if I have this right here. Yeah. Okay, so for the books I want to read in 2022, I'm not positive, but I'm leaning towards reading As Always Julia, The Letters of Julia Child and Avis Devoto, because right now in February I'm reading Mastering the Art of French Eating by Anne Ma, which she took inspiration from Julia Child. So I think I'm just going to be in the mood to kind of keep moving along with that, and reading more about Julia Child. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up reading this. That might change, but as long as I read one of the books from that, books to read in 2022, I'll be fine. But right now, I'm leaning towards reading this. Then let me get into March Mystery Madness. Really right now, all I'm like planning on doing is like just reading a bunch of cozy mysteries. Um, so, sorry, I'm trying to open something on my Kindle. Um, come on. It's being like very, okay. So I will be buddy reading with Rainey and Amanda, Final Draft by Ellie Alexander. This is like a short story, about like the people from the Sloane Krause series. I don't know much about it, but I think it's just short stories. And we all saw that and we were like, oh my gosh, we have to read it because like there's possibly no more Sloane Krause, but then this came out. So like I said, it's just a short story. So we are starting that like March 1st, I'm pretty sure. Then other like possibilities, I don't know for sure, but other possibilities that I might read is I ordered come on, my Kindle's being like very touchy right now. The Murder at North Pond by London Levitt. She writes the Port Danby series and the Firefly Junction series. This is the first book in a new cozy that I'm really excited about. So I might be picking that off. Oh my goodness. Why are you being so touchy right now, Kindle? Then I also might pick up the next book in the Firefly Junction series, which I don't remember which one's next, but it'll be here. I'm on book 6. Actually, I can probably tell you what's next, if my Kindle would stop being so touchy. Okay, we're just gonna put that aside. But so I might read the next book in the Firefly Junction series. Then, as we're talking about London Levitt, I have books 6, 7, and 8 of the Port Danby series. So Dahlia's in Death, Peonies in Poison, and Hyacinths in Homicide. So I will potentially carry on in that. I'm going to read at least book 6 because I'm going to use this for the Read Your Bookshelf challenge because March is like something about growth, and Pink Lacey, the like protagonist in this, she owns a flower shop, so like flowers grow. So that's kind of how I'm using that. So I will at least be reading book 6 because it kind of like kills 2 birds, you know. But I do have the next 3 that I could read from those. Then what else do I have here in this stack? Oh, the next book in the Hannah Swenson series, Coconut Layer Cake Murder. I don't know why I haven't picked this up yet because like the last book left on such a cliffhanger. And I've just been like anxiously wanting to read it and I just haven't. So I really should just move on with that. Then I'm pretty sure Rainey and I decided to also buddy read Claret in Present Danger by Sarah Fox. This is book 4. Yeah, 4 in the Literary Pub Mystery series, which is another really good one. So there's that. Then other possibilities for March Mystery Madness. I still need to read Stay at Home Dead by Jeffrey Allen because I haven't done that yet and it just sounds really good. And then of course the next book in the Bake Shop Mystery series, which I've been like binging through, is A Cup of Holiday Fear. This is book, what am I on, 10? So yeah, those are a bunch of cozies. And like, honestly, if I just read cozies like the entire month of March, I would not be upset about it. But I do also want to at least read a couple middle grade books for middle grade March. And I was able to find books for all of the prompts for middle grade March. Some of them might be slightly a stretch, and I don't know what all of them are about, but I owned all of them, so that worked out well. So we'll see what happens. At the very least, I want to read at least one of these. So, I'm going to tell you what prompt I'm using these for, but again, it might be like, at least one of these is like kind of a stretch. So for the prompt, that's a book or a book with 5 or more words in the title. I'm going to read Laura Ingalls is Ruining My Life by Shelley Chugas, which it just sounds so funny to me. I actually saw this at the library first, and then like a year or two ago, it was on Book Outlet, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get it. Because this girl's mom is like obsessed with Laura Ingalls Wilder, which makes me like it's funny to me because my mom really, really loves Laura Ingalls Wilder. So it just like kind of like spoke to me because I feel like I'm going to be able to relate to some of the stuff. Not that I think Laura Ingalls ruined my life, but I just think it sounded cute. So there's that one. Then for the prompt, set in Asia or has an Asian like main character, I chose Kira Kira, which is a Newbery Medal winner. And I know that Krista at Books and Jam has read this. I'm pretty sure this character, she might be like Asian American. I don't know that she's like, I don't know that they're in Asia. I think they're here in the States, but I mean, I think she's like a Japanese or Japanese American. I don't know much about this. Oh, that's going to be like so kind of satisfying to like lay flat, but we'll see. I remember that Krista really liked this. So yeah. Then for the prompt, has an orphan main character. I'm reading the second book by Lori Halls Anderson Forge, the sequel to Chains. And there's a couple different like children, young teenagers that are orphans in this. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it like picks up right where Chains leaves off. So we'll see how that goes. Then for the prompt, that's a book that is older than you. This is technically a reread for me, but I haven't read it in a really, 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 really long time. So that is Caddy Woodlawn by Carol Ryrie Brink. I don't know if I've read it since I was a kid, but I know that my mom and I read this together when I was a kid. And this was written in 1935. So definitely older than me. And like, it's like somewhat compared to Laura, like the Little House on the Prairie books. But it is based on the life and memories of the author's grandmother. Her spirit and sense of fun have made this book a classic that readers have taken to their hearts for over 50 years. So, and that's also a Newbery Medal winner. And then the last book, I'm like really excited to read this. And so I had to fit this in somehow. So this is probably, if I only get to one of the middle grade books, it's probably going to be this one because I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm using this as for the prompt that's like contemporary, but it's more like contemporary, like magical realism type stuff. And that is the Book Wanderers, book 1 in the Pages & Co. series by Anna James. I am so excited for this. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, this series. And I knew that like I had to fit this in somehow for middle grade March. And I mean, technically you don't have to do the prompts for middle grade March, but I'm so excited about this. Like literally, I have not heard a single bad thing about this series from the like all the people that I follow on BookTube and Bookstagram that have read this. So I'm so excited about this. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know what this is about, but this follows 11-year-old Tilly whose parents own a bookstore, like a bookshop, and then like some of her like favorite characters from favorite books like start coming to life. And she starts like following them into her books. I mean, I guess I could have fit this in, like it sounds like, is she like an orphan? Because it says ever since her mother's disappearance. So like maybe it would be able to use that for that prompt as well. But like, I don't care. Like I was planning on reading this for middle grade March, no matter what. So I'm really excited about this. Like honestly, this is probably the book in March that I am like the most excited to read, to be like perfectly honest with you. That and then like the like short story from the Slow Crow series are probably like the two things that I'm the most excited to read this month. But yeah, so there you have it. My like pile of possibilities. There's absolutely no way all of those books will be read in March. There's absolutely no way. I mean, I'll try and like audiobook some of it, but like that's a lot of books. So I will be pulling from that stack of books throughout the month of March. And yeah, I know like there's so much. So like March is like one of the months on BookTube where like everything happens. So let me know down below, what readathons are you participating in? A lot of the people that I follow do the two that I'm doing, which is middle grade March and March Mystery Madness. But I know there's also March of the Mammoths. There's just no way I could fit a giant book in. I know there's like the Irish readathon. I know there's a lot of other readathons happening as well. So let me know down below, what, if any, readathons are you participating in? Hey everyone, it's Tara from a couple hours later. I'm catching up on BookTube videos, and I just wanted to hop on and say I just watched Emily at Novell Novels announcement video for her birthday bonanza readathon, and I'll leave it linked down below. I had like seen the announcement video, but I had like seen that she had posted it, but I hadn't watched it yet. So I didn't know the exact dates of it until just now. But I am going to try and participate in that as well. I am most likely going to try and read books for that, that I already talked about like previously. But I just want to say that I will do a separate TBR video for that, just to like be more specific with the prompts. I just didn't know that was happening like so soon, until after I filmed the rest of my TBR. So stay tuned for that. I will be posting a TBR specific for that because she has prompts. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of the same, books, if not all the same books that I already talked about earlier on in this video, but I did just want to mention that I want to be participating in that as well because Emily is one of my BookTube friends. She's super supportive of me and my channel, and I want to give her the same treatment and love as well, especially for her birthday. So stay tuned for that. I will leave her announcement video down below. It starts this coming weekend, the 5th of March. So check that out. Anyways, that is for reals, unless something else comes up in the other BookTube videos I'm watching. That is for reals, my March TBR, my March reading plans. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.